Oh, wait. Now y'all can hear me. Okay. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Testing. Can y'all hear me now? Anyway, just trying to see if y'all can hear me. Everyone is saying hello. No one is saying that they can hear me yet. I know there's a lag. There's like a delay. Y'all hear me? Thank you. Thank you, Naomi. Naomi. Thank you, Naomi. Okay. All right. There we go. Boom. All right. We good. We good to go now. What's up, y'all? What is up? So I'm just, as y'all can see, Noonie is out cold. So I'm like, let me just do a live right quick. But y'all know tonight we have the Hoodoo and Hanks podcast. Okay, so make sure y'all tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Coco are going to talk about, secret societies and conspiracy theories. So make sure y'all tune in. Look, I have to whisper because Noonie is over here asleep. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a good time. Let's see. Boy, that mic is picking up great. The microphone is picking up wonderful. I was listening to myself just then. So what do y'all have going on? What do y'all have going on? What is today? Today is what, Thursday? Happy Thursday, family. My man Brock said, "Happy birthday, Robert Johnson." That's what's up. Happy birthday. Yeah, sounds amazing. Crisp, clean, extra crispy voice. Okay. Honestly, I don't know why it sounds this good. I think it's the microphone. Let me see something. Did anybody just leave me a voicemail? I get weird calls. I'm like, make sure it's a voicemail. So anyway, let me do the picture me rolling roll call here. It was Lady Luck 888. What's going on? Veve Embroidery Queen. Thank you for being a channel member. Denise D and Adrian Pettis. How y'all doing? Cutting up with Terry. What's going on, Terry? Thank you for being a channel member. Virgo Queen. How are you? Monique. Thank you for being a channel member. Eternal Supernova Sherry. Thank you for being a channel member and a moderator. Calandra Fowler. Thank you for being a channel member. Naomi. Hey Naomi, thank you for being a channel member. Ghoulies Grotto, what's going on? Ms. Leddit, how are you? I am Alicia, thank you for being a channel member. Crystalline Bosch, what's going on? LT, thank you for being a channel member. Determined Growth, thank you for being a channel member. MWB and Micah, thank y'all for being channel members as well. My man Brock, thank you for being a channel member and a moderator. What's going on, Preppy Princess? Me, Greta, how are you? XRP, thank you for being a channel member. Carter Knox, Janet, thank you for being a channel member. Cedric, my man said, thank you for being a channel member. Denise, how are you? Cash Marie S, how are you? Skybox Kenny, what up, Kenny? Thank you for being a channel member, brother. I appreciate you. What up, Big Ice? So we meet again, Big Ice. Thank you for being a channel member, Big Ice. Thank you so much. Black Cat, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Let's see. Yummy, thank you for being a channel member. Donna Speller, thank you for being a channel member. Karina, thank you for being a channel member. And Jess is more. You are greatly appreciated. My man Black Cat said happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you too, brother. So, all right, what y'all got going on? Look, Noonie is she just chilling. I mean, she is just chilling. Look, y'all, I swear, oh, you know, it is rough. No, I'm not crying. I've got some crust in my eye. But look, when I tell y'all, those of y'all with kids, it is not easy. Like, I think when we develop this strong prefrontal lobe, it took away a lot of instincts that we were born. So we have the capacity to learn more things than other species on this planet, but it took away with the instincts that we're born with. Like a dog is born knowing how to take care of puppies. But us, we don't. You just got to just figure it out on the fly. It's crazy. And these little things will beat you up until you figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna have an awesome time on the podcast tonight. We are gonna be dealing with secret societies, conspiracy theories. So all of you weirdos, bring on your tinfoil cap. Preppy Princess, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. If you conspiracy theorists and everything, if you feel like the world is being controlled and there's chaos magicians everywhere, well, come on out. We're going to talk about it tonight on the Hoodoo and Hanks podcast. And y'all know we always have a good time. You know, whether you agree with us or not, we always have a good time. Jake says, thank you. I used the spell. It worked well. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. It's like my third coffee of the day. And I'm just like, whoo, saw. Ruth said, you feeling better? I feel much better, Ruth. Thank you so much for asking. I feel much better. And I mean, much better. Noonie is still a little crusty around here. And I try not to wipe her face too much or too hard. Because, you know, I don't want her to get irritated up in here. But Wreck-It Ralph, he has like a slight remaining cough. But you know, my sister's halfway to the upper room, but that's just daily. That's literally daily for her. Ladies, let me ask y'all a question. Fellas, don't worry, I'm going to ask this so that you don't get in trouble for asking it. Ladies, why are y'all never at 100% health? I mean, literally, it's always something wrong with y'all. Why are y'all never at 100% health? Why is it? Every day, either something is hurting you, or you sick of over something, or you just don't feel right. Why is it women are never at 100% health? Please, somebody tell me. Please, somebody tell me. Look, dude's gonna be like, I don't want no part of that, bro. I don't want no part of that. Y'all either hungry, or you too full, or something aches, or you're tired. Women are never at 100% health. Never. Something always either broke or breaking on y'all. Something always either broke or breaking on y'all. Whereas men, we just gotta thug it out. Just thug it out. Yeah, right, Brock. We just gotta go through life with a busted rib. Oh man, I'm always going on. I don't like the way my camera is looking today. I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't like the way it's looking. I'll edit some of the settings later on. Anyway, but we're all on the mend over here, doing well. Y'all can probably hear Wreck-It Ralph is in there bouncing around and jumping. Noonie is taking her first nap of the day. You know, Wreck-It Ralph, he's 3, so he's giving up on naps. He just nap schmap, which I can't stand. Like I missed the days that he took naps. It was great. But anyway, look, and that's enough about me. Look, how do y'all like my Hoodoo ASMR? I have to speak quietly because Noonie is literally sleep right here. So you get to hear the soft rumbling of my basso profondo as we embark on our lunchtime live stream with yours truly, the Broken Prophet, on the microphone. Let's get into it, shall we? All right. So y'all do me a favor. Go ahead and type your questions back out because I don't want to scroll up. Just put a capital Q and then type your question. All right. Then we'll get into it. Just type your question back out, tap capital Q, and then we're going to get into this very short Q&A. That's right. That's right, Brock. Radio thirst trapping. Radio thirst trapping. My man, Brock. XRP for your control. I don't answer webinar questions in a public forum. That's only for people who have purchased the webinar. And BP with the quiet storm forth. Right. Yeah, quiet storm. There's a radio station back in Atlanta called V103, and they used to have that all the time. Now for your quiet storm on V103. Big Eye says, question, how do we use bear weed? So you take it and you rub it on the soles of your feet, and they can be your bare feet or it can be the bottom of your shoes. And then when you go forth out into the world, take stock of where you're going because it'll help to lead you to true love. What do we have here? Wait, what was it? I missed it. I saw a question, but it's gone. Question, I did the sugar jar and I shake it. Should I consider? Follow the instructions. When you start questioning, you might as well just start over. Yep, V103. Does the railroad stay under? Yes. Everyone in the car. Carter Knox says, question, how do you do a petition ritual to a spirit? That really is not a thing, what you're asking. I think you're just throwing a bunch of words. And I'm not being critical when I say this. A lot of people in the spiritual community, they'll hear words that they don't really understand, so they'll string them together. And what you're saying is not really like a thing. That's not a petition ritual to a spirit. Belinda says, question, what do you think about witches and witchcraft? They're amazing. Are you friends with any? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think authentic witchcraft is a time honored and respected tradition, and people who are true to that, I love it. I love when anybody is authentic and true to their tradition. You know, nowadays everyone wants to be like a jack of all trades and learn a little bit about everything, thinking that, oh, it's like they always give the gumbo analogy. Have y'all heard it? Well, I'm like gumbo. I use a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think people don't realize how much hot slop got thrown out the door before they came up with gumbo. Most of the time when you mix stuff together, you just get a big old mess, not tasty gumbo. So when people are like masters of like their tradition, I love it. Like I absolutely love it. More so than the dabblers. Serge says, Abre Camino used in Hoodoo, and if so, what is it used for? It is not. You're talking about the herb Abre Camino. We don't use it. We don't. Seek for Keep says, how do you summon the man of the crossroad? You don't summon anyone. There's no summoning anyone in hoodoo. Be respectful. That's more white people and ceremonial magic summoning stuff, and they generally get effed up for doing it. But if you go to the crossroads for 9 nights in a row and you're there at midnight, he'll sometimes appear. Cardinal said, I thought so, but I saw Hungan. Hungans are voodoo. This is hoodoo. Two totally different things. Outlaw Davis James, thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Right, jack of all trades, master of none. That's what you see in the spiritual community now. I think people don't understand that when it comes to this, it's not movies and it's not books. It's not, oh my gosh, I found a ritual, aloha mora, and the door unlocked. Like, well, I just read it and there it is. It's not. It's more like learning a skill, and it takes time and it takes practice, and you're gonna fail and you're gonna fail and you're gonna fail until you get good at it, and then you start to succeed. But people, I think more so than now, and it's not just the spiritual community, it's everywhere. We're so disconnected that we try to connect through social media, and no one wants to take the time to gain acclaim and accolades outside. So we want to present an image online that will gain us accolades and whatnot, and so people will do that. And I don't know how to put it, man. They'll just learn how to say just enough to sound good online, but no one really knows anything, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad because the issue with that is, the Vatican is training more exorcists than ever before, and they're doing it for a reason. And so you're going to go to an online spiritualist who's going to get his lunch or her lunch taken. How to Work with Rawhead Rex. That's a movie. Big guy, is it necessary to introduce yourself to the man at the crossroads? It is never a bad idea to make pleasantries. You ordered your queen's root? All right, that's what's up. Question, pros and, that's not a question. Just because you put a Q. What are the pros and cons? I can't think of any cons, to be perfectly honest. Yes, I did say hot slop. People will throw stuff together and mix it together and think, well, and call themselves, I'm eclectic. I'm an eclectic spiritualist. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just doing some garbage. Terry said, you have to master the roux for gumbo, just like practicing workings. It takes time. You know what? So many like Louisiana recipes start out with first you make a roux. And I'm like, how many recipes start out with first you make a roux? A bunch. Luke's Laveau says, question, in light of Mother's Day, would you consider, and happy early Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. In light of Mother's Day, would you consider doing a live or webinar centered around work and protections we can do for our children, especially since we love your children's success oil? I would think about it. Brock says, I've seen some alleged ceremonial magicians borrow some hoodoo. It's not cool. Yeah, you will see a lot of people borrowing and cherry picking from hoodoo. I mean, you'll see that a lot. I mean, if you go to a lot of witchcraft subreddits or on TikTok or wherever, you will see people say, yeah, I'm doing, this is how you do a witchy return to sender spell. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all didn't have that. But Hey, rock out. Rock out. La 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 la. Says, what's the difference between a witch and a root worker? Traditions and terminology. Courtney, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, Brother Gohan. Brother Gohan, thank you for the gifted membership. Courtney, make sure you say thank you to Brother Gohan for gifting that membership. Welcome to the tribe. Paper D says, does living at the corner of a crossroads have any negative effects on those living there? Very rarely. You may see more shadow people, little nasties, or ghost puppies. But other than that, no. Cedric says, how is the 6th and 7th book of Moses associated with hoodoo? It's somebody read it one time, and a few workers decided to incorporate it in their work a long time ago. It's not really associated like across the board. I've never really used it much, but I know some who have. Belinda says, question, are you saying that all the exorcists in the Vatican are going to go after all the New Age magicians? God, no. It's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that with everyone dabbling nowadays, no one really mastering their craft. People just dabble here, dabble there, buy a book, watch a video, buy some stuff, dabble, dabble, dabble. They're opening and closing more doors than ever before, and they're training exorcists to shut them back. Because y'all doing too much out here. Ghost Dog says, Saw. Nah, you didn't put it in a question for him. Gotta stop allowing y'all to get away with that. Right, Natalie, a lot of people just borrow and make up stuff. Are coconuts used in hoodoo? Occasionally, yes. They're used as a substitute for somebody's head. Mariana, what's going on? How are you? Lots of FAFOs happening, absolutely. Yes. Lots of it. Because, sheesh, let me tell y'all. There's more. Because, see, back in the day, right? And we're talking over 20 years ago, because hoodoo started messing up within the last 20 years. All right, within the last 20 years, with everything went kind of cattywampus, with everybody wanting to be a worker. Before, people kind of had more common sense. Not so much now. And what I mean by that, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm just saying, when people have had more common sense, in the sense that I knew what was my skill set and what wasn't. Okay, I knew that. Yeah, I am not a mechanic. So when I needed mechanic work done, I would go to a mechanic. Okay? And that's what people understood about root working. But within the last 20 years, everyone wants to be a root worker, everyone wants to be a witch. And I can't blame on Hollywood. I blame on the lack of common sense, because I know when I watch a movie, it is entertainment. Okay? It is not a how-to. So when I saw the Skeleton Key, I'm like, dang, this is a good movie. But I didn't sit there and go, that hoodoo is wrong, and that hoodoo is wrong. And I sure didn't sit there and go, I should be a root worker because I watched the Skeleton Key. Besides the fact that I was, even if I wasn't, I never would have. No more than I watched Harry Potter, and I'm like, this is showing me more behind closed doors. Like, it's not. Hollywood is entertaining. That's all it is. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to sell tickets and put butts in seats. But more people are watching these and going, oh my gosh, this is my calling. People will literally, y'all have watched the movie Sinners and found deep spiritual meaning in a movie where black folks is fighting vampires. And y'all done found deep spiritual meaning in it. And I'm like, oh my God, we are, like the young kids say, cooked. We are cooked. So, back in the day, no, everyone didn't want to be a worker, but now everyone is trying to be a worker, and that's how things are kind of get led astray. And people are dabbling, people are just doing stuff, and people are playing Pokemon with spirits. Got to catch them all. I'm going to work with Baal, and I'm going to work with Azazel, and then I'm going to work with John the Conqueror, and then I'm going to work with Lilith. And it's like, ugh. Got to catch them all. Determined Growth says, a lot of us related to it. Pop, related to what? Determined Growth. What did y'all relate to? Right, shit. Pazuzu. XRP, right. People watch movies now and they're like, you're a wizard, Harry. And the thing is, I totally get it, because for a lot of people, regular everyday life for them sucks so bad. And see, that is what people don't understand. That's where science fiction and a lot of fantasy came from. It came from a way for people to escape situations that they're in life. People in prison write books about freedom all the time, and that is what happened. And so people will feel marginalized, and they'll feel like no one likes them. And like here's this little boy who was alone and shut away and got rescued, and people saw greatness in him. And that is what goes on so much, like not just in the spiritual community, but in society as a whole. So yeah, they're not how-to books. I am not surprised that people relate it to the movie Sinners, because people want to relate to something now. People will join online churches and coaching groups just to feel like they're part of a community, when in real life you're introverted and sad. And I'm like, look, go outside. That's why I tell y'all all the time, go outside. Don't just sit here and listen. I understand. I'm beautiful. And now y'all let me know that I also sound amazing. But go outside. Do these workings and then get outside. Do a love working, then go outside. Do a money working and go grind. Get outside. What is up, Zeta D? And see, that's why we have the Broken Army. I want you to be part of this, but not just us, unless y'all just happen to meet up. Somewhere, or if we have a meetup, great, absolutely wonderful, but not just here. And we're going to have a meetup. Well, determined growth, I mean, I get it. I absolutely do get it. You relate it to the family aspect, the Southerners, the music, the grandfather being Irish, and the colonization. Absolutely, Southern life. You can relate to it, but you should not find deep spiritual meaning from it. You know what that reminds me of? People who swear that like people are giving coded messages in movies, and I'm like, why would they? Anyway, what else we got here? Brittany Jones says, question, hey Prophet, hey Brittany, what is the use for catnip and also king fern? Well, I gave it in videos, Brittany, but I will tell you, catnip, if you bathe in catnip, it will give you confidence, and it'll give you a little more oomph. So if you're kind of shy and don't want to go out, bathe in some catnip. It'll get you out there. Prairie Princess said, I'm listening to you outside. Well, stay out there then. Have fun. Now see, every time I say something, Natalie always go above and beyond. Natalie, go outside, hug a tree, touch some grass. Oh my goodness. Who now, Sherry? Oh wait, did I miss something? I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm leaving y'all. Y'all better believe I'm leaving y'all. We meet up in a group and I'm getting out. You look, might be somebody infiltrating us like on Discord. I'm like, no, I gotta leave. I've done that a couple of times. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, Ray says, question for those who work with the saints, is that the legit saints or symbols for deified spirits? Why would the slaves then worship white saints over their ancestors? Serious question. Sheesh. Well, here's the answer to that. Okay, there was some syncretism in that there were some people who, under threat of whip and lash, could not say honor Shango, but when living inside of a Catholic society, they could serve Santa Barbara simply because the same colors applied, which were red and white. Now, over time, there were people who actually became Catholic over generations. And so for some, it was Shango, and for others, it was Santa Barbara. So, Ray, unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately, it's just over time, you look at saints like you look at spirits as like not being white saints, as just being Catholic saints, and you're Catholic. Ghoulies Grotto says, there's bugs outside, no bueno. All right, well, that's what spirits are. You better get out there. Luke Savo said, why can't you find deep meaning in art? You absolutely can, but I'm not going to find deep meaning in a movie that's just a remake of From Dusk Till Dawn mixed with Vamp, an old B movie that involved vampires and Grace Jones from 1987. And again, see, we're gonna fall into that realm that got somebody booted from Discord, and we're gonna talk about it tonight in the podcast. There's a difference between what is possible versus what is probable, and too much of what is possible gets spewed across like the spiritual realm, not spiritual realm, but spiritual social media. And people say, well, it's possible. Like when you tell someone like, oh no, you can make an Oshun altar, but she's not going to be there. Oshun knows this is where she goes, and this is the prescribed method for contacting her through centuries of the religious practice, be it Candomblé, Lukumi, or Isheshe. All priests or devotees know this. But people say, oh, well, I'm going to make an Oshun altar. Well, that's not how it's done. Well, Oshun could talk to anyone wherever she wants to. Yes, quite possibly she could. But what is probable is that she goes through prescribed methods that we have known for a long time. And so, yeah, you can absolutely possibly find meaning in anything. You can find meaning in a McDonald's menu. But the probability of it being deep and spiritual, very low. The possibility is high. The probability is low. Says I'm gonna make a tea bag for that so it don't clog my drains. Absolutely. Kenny, absolutely. So y'all, there was this what was the anime called, y'all? I forgot. We looked at it on what was it? I think it was Castlevania, where one of the protagonists was a black girl, and there was like Papa Legba came to her and was like, here, you draw this veve on the ground and you can astral project complete and utter bull crap. But like Kitty was saying, if you read the comments of that, there were people saying, not them showing us right out here in the open. They're showing us how to do it. I'm like, no, they're not, fam. They absolutely are not. They are just trying to entertain you. And I think when people find or think they found deep spiritual meaning in clear, like just we're gonna put something out for the pre-summer blockbuster movies, then I think that shows more of a need in them more so than the media in which they found. Because I think we're talking about how people want to belong to so much. People are like, oh my gosh, look at the deal that brother made for that movie. And I'm happy he made such an awesome deal. But who gonna be watching this movie in 25 years when all the rights revert to him? Y'all gonna watch a black vampire movie? How many of y'all are still watching A Vampire in Brooklyn? How many of y'all are watching Blackula? This ain't the first black vampire movie. How many of y'all are watching Vamp? This is not the first black vampire movie. In every vampire movie, you have a protagonist and a best friend. The best friend always gets turned into a vampire. It happened with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino. It happened in what's the other movie? It happened in From Dusk Till Dawn. It happened in Vamp. Okay? And it happened in what's the vampire movie? Dang it. Fright Night. It happens in every vampire movie. So now that is now that is Michael Jordan, isn't that his name? Now that it's him playing two different people, and one of them gets turned, it's like, oh my gosh, this was cutting edge. It was not cutting edge. It happens in every vampire movie. And sometimes it takes somebody to just present it to you so you go, oh my God, that does happen. That does happen. Matter of fact, if you are in a vampire situation, look at your best friend and be like, one of us getting turned. Look, let's have a little hoodoo church. Neighbor, I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, one of us is getting turned. Right, Michael B. Jordan. So people are looking at this and going, oh my gosh, this is so meaningful. Ain't nobody about to watch this in 25 years. I'm glad he has the rights to it. Maybe next time he'll negotiate for 7. Carter Knox says, question, does burning sulfur repel demonic energy or attract it? Both. Sorry. Let me turn this down. Burning sulfur repels low-level negative spirits, but it will attract demons, so be careful. Hey, Vicky, where you been? I remember that movie Vamp, cringe. It was, but I liked it. I'm gonna watch it again. Listen, look, so Paper D says, thanks for telling us it's a remake of Dusk Till Dawn. That's just my take on it, okay? I wasn't going to watch it initially. You listen, there is a remake by Skinbone. Watch it. It's the same movie. It is the same movie, okay? People don't understand. All you've got to do is put a few catchphrases that people will relate to on a personal level, and they love the movie. Oh, my God. Oh my God. If you put a Masonic emblem in it, all the Masons and Eastern Stars going to be like, whoop, whoop. People watch Drumline, and there was a few Omegas stepping through, and they like, I mean, you put something that a group will identify, and they'll tell everybody else, either positively or negatively. American Horror Story Coven had Marie Laveau and Papa Legba in it, and that was an awesome season, the best one. But it had Marie Laveau and Papa Legba in it. Okay. One was somewhat historically accurate, one was not accurate at all. But guess what? All the voodoo and hoodoo folks piled in to watch it. You got to understand algorithms. Algorithms do not care if you thumbs up or thumbs down. All they care is that you engage. And even if you tune in to hate something, you're going to tune in. And that's all they care about, that you tune in. Ray Alexander says, question, Prophet, what is your take on Louisiana hoodoo versus Delta hoodoo versus Florida hoodoo? I don't think, I don't, there's no Florida hoodoo. Compare and contrast. This ain't class, bro. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. Most of the time we know just our style of region, but now with the internet, there's more exchange. There's not exchange. There's really no such thing as Louisiana hoodoo. There you go. No such thing as Florida hoodoo. There's not. Okay? There's no Florida hoodoo. I got scared for a second. I ain't even gonna lie. Now, I mean, there are some regional differences. Okay, there is Louisiana hoodoo. Like, Louisiana is predominantly voodoo, but there's some small hoodoo enclaves. You got hoodoo in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, not in Florida. Big Ice said, I'm not sober enough to look for deep meaning. I just want to be entertained. I just want to be entertained. Excellent analogy, Brock. Brock says, like saying a movie caused people to find Jesus because a couple of scenes are shot in a church. It's part of a southern setting. There's at least, right, right. People could say that that movie was about the blues. Right, excellent point. There were people arguing about the accuracy of a doggone not a taco stand. What was it? What's the a tamale stand in the movie? And look, okay, listen. I'm glad y'all said that. It even happened in Blade with his with the white dude Whistler. Like in every vampire movie, your best friend is going to get turned. So there's no originality in it, and people are like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Big guys, oh dang, the truth hurts. Probably people gonna be so upset. Like people, no, Noonie, why are you kicking me? Hey, you okay? My time is not long with you, family. For the little one is waking up. Anyway, let me go ahead and cut this live. Let me go ahead and cut this live. I'm gonna hop back on um, later so I can do a little live stream while I'm packing. So listen, I've got a few Queens roots on the site now. Okay, Queens root is a lot kind of like the feminine energy equivalent to John the Conqueror root. I have added more lodestones and I've separated them into small, medium, and large. With you'll be able to see because I took pictures of them and I put them with quarters. I'm also going to be adding orris root powder and beetroot powder to the site shortly. All right. So anyway, y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you everyone who sowed a seed, and I look forward to seeing y'all tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Hoodoo and Hanks podcast. Okay, with me and Coco Scissorhands. Why did I say Scissorhands? But Black Cat, thank you for the super chat. Preppy Princess, thank you for the super chat. Outlaw Davis James, thank you for the super chat. And my man Gohan, brother, thank you so much for the gifted membership. But anyway, let me get out of here. Y'all have a good one. God bless. I'm out.